All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Inclusion Matters podcast with Inclusion Pro Wrestling. Tonight, we are honored to have the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend of the Northwest and Southwest, Funnybone. I am joined, as always, by, well, he changed his shirt this time, so I can't say he's going to a funeral. So I guess I'm going to just say we're joined by Oscar the Grouch and his friend Grimace, who's still in the purple shirt. And of course, I am the crippled Messiah. Of course, I am the Heartbreaker. The man with the purple shirt is the crippled Messiah, and the man in the green, I don't know why he calls himself the Man of Reason. Don't know why. But, you know, crippled Messiah, if you can get over yourself enough and quit thinking that Orange Cassidy is the best in the world, maybe you and I'll have a good interview tonight. But
we're going to have a good interview, but that ain't going to change.
Let's get on to our guest, Funnybone. Would you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm the father of filth, the original nightmare, your demigod of death. Funnybone. I'm based out of Sin City. I wrestle all over the U.S. I wrestle in 22 different states. I wrestle in Canada, Mexico. I wrestle whoever gives me money. I've been working 22 years. Got trained by Nick Bockwinkel and Scott Casey. Which means my trainers were better than your trainers, so fuck off. I mean, that's a shoot. If your trainers were better than Nick Bockwinkel and Scott Casey, you're fucking lying to yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wrestled tag team with my boy Drexel, the devil himself. We're most violent. It's not a tag team, it's a fucking lifestyle, buddy. Do death matches, hardcore matches, whatever the fuck, high flying. I do whatever the fuck I want. Usually I'm painted up and I look prettier.
So, who were your wrestling heroes growing up?
Mick Foley, definitely one of them. Shawn Michaels was one. Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio. Guys that like changed the game. Guys that made you question what's real and what's fake. They're just fucking amazing talents.
Very nice. All right, Pat, you're up.
Can you tell us what your experience was working with Nick Bockwinkel and Scott Casey?
I'll do Nick first. Nick, very informative, very detail-oriented. Bobby Heenan described him best. He said he's the type of guy that if you ask him what time it is, he'll tell you how to build a watch. He tells you everything he knows about any question you ask. If he knows something about it, he'll tell you everything he knows about it. So when it came to me learning wrestling, I would ask a very simple question and he would give me the most detailed answer. So it made my wrestling knowledge a lot more thorough. We did a lot of watching tape, so we would watch stuff and look for the minor stuff, the minor details, and we would be like break down matches like to its core. He would always show us a match where he fucked up too, to remind us that we're not infallible. Like Nick Bockwinkel was one of the greatest wrestlers to ever live, and he showed me plenty of tape of him fucking up and doing a shitty job and everything like that. So he was very humble. Scott was very much like he was more on the physical side and just the physical side of it, like showing us how to move, how to hit, how to run, how to jump, how to do everything. And he was very, very strict on how our movements were supposed to be. You hit ropes a certain way, you fall a certain way, you get up a certain way, everything's a certain way. You don't ever hit like you're not trying to fucking kill the person. You don't ever move like you're not trying to fucking kill the person. Like you want everything you do to count and count at its highest degree. He was a very good trainer. What he did best is he could verbally explain what he meant, and it rings so clear that you knew exactly what the fuck he was talking about.
Very cool. All right, we've got somebody in the chat, I guess, that's a big fan of yours or loves what your work. He is Jay Sinister. So if you want to ask any questions, go ahead and pop in. But we're going to just go ahead and get back into the questions right now. What is your pre and post match routines?
Well, obviously pre-match is getting fucking painted up. Mostly try not to do much more than that. I conserve my energy by being a lazy fuck, sitting down as much as humanly possible. I talk a lot of shit in the back. The less I have to do, the more fucking stupid shit I do. I like to fuck with people's stuff. I like to talk a lot of shit. I don't like fucking warm up or nothing. I've had bullshit on me, so I can't do anything. And then the post match is it's a lot of me laying down and remembering that I'm really old and I'm fucking tired. That's it.
Nice.
Okay, so Jay wants to know the best match you've had so far.
I've had a lot of them that stick out for different reasons. I'll break down. I'll give you three. No, I'll give you four. First one, I'll start with the oldest, or at least if I remember it as oldest. Steel cage match between me and Cutthroat Cody. It was a steel cage match with weapons here in Las Vegas. One of the reasons that one rings true is because the show was main evented by Matt Hardy and Kevin Cross in the cage as well. Before Matt went out there, Matt Hardy and Kevin Cross. I don't know if I said that right. Whatever. Before we went out there, as soon as I walked to the back, Matt Hardy literally grabbed me and he goes, "I have to go on after that, and I don't fucking know why we're after you, because that was fucking amazing." Match ended up stealing the match of the year. Amazing match, very fun. Cody was a guy that I broke into the business many years ago. Very humble, amazing human being. I love him to death, and I can't wait to beat the fuck out of him again. The second one, let's see, in order, would be me versus Chupacabra in the last being standing match. The reason that one sticks out so much is because, unbeknownst to everyone in the crowd, we were dedicating the match to our brother Virgil, who passed away. We did a lot of his favorite spots in the match. We did a lot of shout outs to him. The last time I saw Virgil live, he gave me a Crown Royal bag, a purple one. Excuse me, drank a lot of Red Bull. Gave me a purple Crown Royal bag on his birthday. Great story. I'm not telling it now, though. I got to fill that with thumbtacks to use in the match. That's the reason he gave it to me, so I could fill it with thumbtacks. Me and Chupacabra go back a long ways. Virgil was with us the entire fucking time. So it was a match we were dedicated to that. And it was a culmination of a year and a half of storytelling. We did that one for Hood Slam. Third match would be me versus Damian Drake here in Las Vegas. Damian Drake's somebody I've actually known since he was fucking 11 years old. I trained his father and had his father's first match. I helped train him and had his first match. One of the reasons that one sticks out to me is because it was on a show booked with fucking every indie darling you could possibly imagine. All those matches were talked about and were hyped and were promoted the fuck out of. Our match was not. I literally walked into the fucking building, walked into the room where Damian Drake was in, and looked at him square in the fucking face, said, "You ready to steal the show tonight?" And he said, "Yes." I was like, "You fucking better." And then I walked away and we talked later. We stole the show, match of the year again. And this is literally like, we're the two local guys when every other superstar is fucking on TV and everything like that. We still sold the show because we told a better story. Last one would be me and Drexel. We fucking beat the shit out of each other all the time. There was a match we had. I fucking can't remember what city it was in. I actually don't remember what state it was in. It's either Washington or Oregon. It was for Prestige Pro Wrestling. We literally fucking murdered each other, bleeding everywhere. After the match, it was intermission. We literally started walking to the fucking merch table. The promoter got on the microphone and verbally expressed how appreciative he was of the match and what we did, and how insane it was that we're literally at the merch table pulling thumbtacks and glass out of each other and handing them to the fans when they buy our shit. That's what me and Drexel do. One of the most insane matches I've ever had. Actually, the only one on the list I haven't seen yet. Prestige will post that somewhere. That would be awesome because I want to fucking watch it. Match was just on point. We had a lot of fun. We used lemon juice, thumbtacks, Legos, staples. The finish was a pile driver off the top rope through glass. It's fucking nuts. Those are my favorite matches.
Can you tell us the story, good or bad, about any interactions you've had with like the Blanchard brothers? Because I know they're big in like Oregon or.
Blanchards are fucking. I like hitting them in the head. They make a funny noise when I kick them. They're fucking. I love the Blanchards. I love hitting them. I love one of them's out there barefoot all the time. I don't even know why. They're classic fucking wrestling talent. They're fun. I like watching them just because they're fucking ugly and it's just awesome. Just old smelly men doing old smelly men stuff. That's the Blanchards. I can't wait to send this to them.
Don't worry, I can send that. I can make sure that happens.
Yeah, they need to see that clip. That's what they do for a living. They're old smelly men doing old smelly men stuff. So next T-shirt.
Gives us ideas later on down the road for our promotion. You know, Funnybone versus one of the Blanchards.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
it's fun. It's fun hitting them. They make a funny noise when I stomp on them. It's great. It's like a squeal but a grunt at the same time. I can't explain it.
All right, Grant. Okay, Oscar, what's your question?
Name your top 5 tag teams of all time.
Watching or was I in?
It can be either.
Yeah.
I don't even think I've fucking been in 5 tag teams. I'll name 4 tag teams that I was in. I don't think I've been in 5. And then I'll name some that I like. I don't know. Tag teams I've been. Most Violent is one of my favorite tag teams I've ever been in. This last year of my wrestling career has been one of my favorites ever. Most Violent was a name given to us basically because every time we wrestled each other, it was the most violent match they've ever seen. So we just called ourselves Most Violent. Tagging with Drexel is way too much fucking fun. The crowd's super into it. They usually bring money for us to staple to people. It's way too much fucking fun. It's insane. Let's see. Me and Chupacabra. I love tagging with Chupi because he's a fucking idiot and he doesn't speak. He's like a dog thing and he likes to pee on people and I always pop for that one. I've also almost decapitated a female in the front row because she touched his ass without consent, so I soccer kicked her in the fucking head. Just don't touch. Not a fucking hard rule. Also, I saved her life because I may have just knocked her out, but his wife was 3 feet behind me, ready to strangle that bitch to death. Tyler Bateman and myself, the original Violence Unlimited. There was a third member, but fuck Simon Gotch or whatever the fuck his name is now. I like him, but fuck him because I don't like his mustache. I like Simon. He's cool. Original Violence Unlimited was me, Simon, and him. Simon left to WWE or whatever that was. Me and Tyler Bateman basically ran SoCal. We had every tag belts out there. I like tagging with Tyler because we were fucking one of the same mentally. Like all of our tag moves, we never practiced. We never went over. We just did them out there, and just everything was always perfect timing wise. The other tag team I loved wrestling with was me and the gentleman Super Beast. Super Beast. We were Devil's Dormans. We basically just fucking murdered people, and then we won. And that's always fun. Tag teams I like. I always like the Hardy Boys. They're fucking. They changed the game for wrestling. Them and the Dudleys definitely changed wrestling. Definitely changed tag team wrestling. Let's see. Usos are amazing. They have been forever. I'm terrible with names. I should definitely know this one. Kofi and them. Kofi, Biggie, and
The New Day.
New Day. Fuck, I can't believe I forgot that. They're a fucking great tag team. I like old school ones like LOD. I actually really liked Owen Hart and Yokozuna. Where does that sound? That's it.
I get
That's
it.
my tag teams.
All right, Heartbreaker.
All right.
Show
Well,
us what you got.
there's another question in here. Have you ever faced Zach Monster?
Yeah. Yeah, we wrestled each other a few times in Florida. I made him bleed. It was fun.
Go ahead.
So, what's the best advice your trainer's ever given you? Do you still use that advice today?
Let's see, best advice. I'll give you best advice, one from one from the other.
Good.
Nick Bockwinkel said, never assume, always know. When you're in the ring, never assume you know what's going on, always know. Keeps you from getting injured, keeps you from injuring anybody else. Excuse me. Fucking throat feel like shit all of a sudden. I think I'm allergic to this guy. Oh, there we go. Went the wrong fucking direction. Fucked up my own goddamn joke, goddammit. As far as Scott Casey goes, the best advice he ever gave me is never fucking fake it. There's so many guys that go out there and they're like pretend hyped and they're pretend in the moment and they're pretend going, and the crowd can see straight through that shit. You're either fucking there or you're not. If you're not there, go to the back, sit down, shut the fuck up. Like when I'm out there, everybody thinks like after the match the reason I'm laying down is because I'm old and tired, but realistically it's because I give everything I have out there. I don't care if we're going 4 minutes, I don't care if we're going 25 minutes, I'm leaving it all out there. So yeah, I'm fucking tired afterwards because I meant it when I did it.
Go ahead, Pat.
Out of your entire career, what is the worst injury you ever sustained in the industry?
Fuck, that's a list. The worst one. Oh. Like worst as in most painful or harder to heal from?
Either one.
Well, because my collarbone's actually still broken from 2009. Look, watch, I can wiggle it. It's been broken for a decade or so. I don't have an MCL or a meniscus in my right knee. I tore everything in my left knee and kept going. I broke my wrist. It doesn't bend backwards at all. Like it barely bends forward. I broke my face. My nose is not straight. I can't smell things anymore because I broke my nose so many times. I dislocated my big toe, which actually hurts a lot, and that fucking sucks. Popped a hip out of place. My elbow's usually swollen, like on and off, which I heard from a nurse friend of mine could kill me because it could be sepsis eventually. Just that stuff. Normal stuff.
All right. Well, let's go on and do, in your opinion, I know you've been over 20 years in the business, so in your opinion, the top 5 male wrestlers of all time.
I'm not gonna say Nick Bockwinkel because let's face it, he has a big enough ego. No, I'm just kidding. He's humble as shit, but he's fucking amazing. But I'm not gonna put him on the list because he's my trainer. It's not fair. Shawn Michaels has to be on your top list. If he's not, it's fucking weird because let's face it, right? Before Shawn Michaels, you had to be humongous to be a world champion. If it wasn't for Shawn Michaels, most of the guys that have been world champion the last decade or so wouldn't be. They just facts. Rey Mysterio wouldn't be world champion. Kurt Angle, Eddie, Seth Rollins, all of them. Daniel Bryan. He changed how wrestling is. So he has to be in your top 10. Although as a person, from what I've heard, I didn't see any WWE stuff. But Undertaker, as a wrestler, was amazing. Game-changing. He was great with his gimmick and his character and making it believable, even though it's so far-fetched. His presence was changing it, changed the vibe in the room. You know what I mean? Like, Mick Foley's on there because that fucking guy, like, you never knew if it was real or if it was show or what. He did such a great job of blurring reality completely to where you're not sure, like, you're really second guessing yourself. Let's see. There's those three. Fuck, I don't know. Those are all from my childhood. I don't know modern day wrestling shit. Daniel Bryan's up there. This motherfucker just said yes and changed the world. Fuck, how did I forget Stone Cold? Stone Cold with what, dude? Like, it's a word we all say a million times a day. It's a word he started saying to prank Christian. And it's a word he somehow turned into $1 million. I don't fucking, like, how good you have to be at this to have such a random, like, just not even an idea. It's not even an idea. It's a word. It's just pretending you didn't hear somebody. And it's $1 million. Like, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. That's the phrase in wrestling. Like, that's another one that Scott Casey gave me. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. How he did what turned a one-word catchphrase into $1 million. It's fucking amazing. Same with Daniel Bryan. He fucking did this stupid shit, and he fucking, to the point where both of those have transcended professional wrestling. They do that in non-wrestling situations. Like, that's fucking crazy. That's 5. I got to 5.
Okay, there we go.
So we have another question from Jay. He wants to know, is there any place that he can get, like, something from your badge or an autograph, like online or?
I used to have shirts online, but the fucking website went down. I don't know what happened with that. As far as anything else, you got to go in person. So, like, I don't do autographs online because that's weird as shit to me. The whole point of buying something autographed is they sign it and then hand it to you. I don't get that other shit. And if you go to a show live, that autograph might have blood on it. So there you go. You win.
All right. Go ahead, Oscar.
In your opinion, who is the most underrated wrestler?
Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin has never been ever looked at as like a main event guy, but fuck, he is better than most of them. Like, talented on the mic, talented in the ring, where throwing guys, he's talented. High flying stuff, he's talented. Timing wise, he's talented. He was so fucking good all the time. And he was just never given the brass ring. And as a shoot, too, like, he fucking beat Brock Lesnar in wrestling. Brock Lesnar was beat by Shelton Benjamin, I think, twice. Like, credibility is there. There's so many fucking highlight reels of Shelton just doing amazing stuff, and he's never been pushed as a main eventer, and it's fucking weird to me.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that.
I mean, Bam Bam, actually. Bam Bam Bigelow. Fuck, Bam Bam was good.
Yes.
All right. I guess you have another old friend in the chat. We know him as Buddy Highway.
What do I know him as?
Maybe Buddy Highway. I'm not sure.
I'm terrible with names, so if I don't remember your name, I'm sorry. I can't remember the name of anybody.
You probably
Listen,
would
I have 7 kids. I remember their name. Fuck everybody else.
You probably wrestled Buddy Highway in Oregon or Washington, maybe. Maybe Utah. I think they get into Utah too, but Portland, Oregon. Yeah, he wrestles with Kevin Sullivan a lot.
Oh, okay. I know the people.
Yeah. Anyways, he says hi.
Well, that's not a fucking question. Ask a question or shut up.
Okay, so my question. My question. I'm afraid to ask that one, so I'll leave that one.
No, ask it. Quit being a pussy.
Okay, so T-Rex says hello.
T-Rex?
T-Rex.
Is it just T-Rex?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not T-E-R-E-X? Okay, because there's a wrestler named T-Rex, and everybody keeps calling him T-Rex, and I'm like, it's fucking T-Rex.
No,
T-Rex, ask a fucking question or shut the fuck up. It's a podcast. We're supposed to be asking questions. It's an interview. It's not a meet and greet.
I agree. And Jay, he answered your question. Yes, he knows Zach Monster. Nathan, please ask a question before I get yelled at again.
Fucking asshole.
Okay, I'm gonna have you put your Booker hat on for a minute. If you could book a WrestleMania card from any generation with 6 matches, indies are available, who would be on the card?
Oh, I don't fucking know. I'm a terrible booker. I don't want to watch most of this shit. I haven't actually watched most of wrestling in like a decade. I couldn't tell you who even wrestles for WWE for the most part. I stopped watching when I was a kid. I watch clips and highlights and shit people talk about. I watch any stuff if I'm working with a company soon or if I know a guy that's on it. Like, I'll watch my buddies' matches. I'm not watching all the other shit. I'll watch their matches. I'll watch, students send me matches to critique. I'll watch that shit. I don't watch... I don't fucking time for that. I don't really watch TV at all, actually. I watch my ass work, and then I watch me go to bed.
That's a very honest answer. All right, go ahead, Cuban M&M.
Who, me?
Who else gives like a Cuban M&M?
If any of your kids wanted to go into the business, would you encourage them and train them?
Train them, yes. Encourage them, no. Because I feel as a father, I encourage my kids to do whatever the fuck they want. I feel like if I was encouraging them to be a wrestler, I would be encouraging them to do something that I do. That's what I do for a living. I wrestle. I want them to do more than me and better than me. And I don't know, I know the business enough to know how difficult and impossible that is to be successful at this business. And I want them to have a life that is not like mine, but better than mine. My goal as a father is to leave very big shoes for my kids to fill. And I will do everything in my power to help them fill them. And then some. I don't know if they could really do that in wrestling because it's such a difficult business. And also it fucking sucks to be a wrestler most of the time. I'll train them though, just so at least they're trained right. Because if they're going to fucking do this, I'm not going to stop them. But I at least want them to be able to do it good.
Absolutely. Okay, next question. Moving on. In your opinion, who's the best wrestler turned actor?
Batista. Batista is a phenomenal actor, and if I ever get a chance, I'll tell it to his face. Like Hotel Artemis, he was amazing in. The Last Guardians of the Galaxy really showed off how good he is. I just watched a movie called Knock on the Cabin Door, and he's fucking phenomenal in the fucking movie. The movie itself is okay. He's so good. He's believable. It doesn't seem like Batista. It seems like the fucking character. It seems like Leonard. I actually remember Leonard. That's what I'm telling you guys. I'm terrible at names. I don't remember anybody's fucking names. I remember the character he played in this movie, and I didn't even like the movie that much. He's such a good fucking actor.
Yeah, funny thing about that movie, I have cerebral palsy, so I'm in a nursing home and I'm in a wheelchair, but I'm laying in my bed watching that movie with all the lights off because they turn them off at a certain time, and somebody came and like tapped me on the shoulder at one of the most intense spots. I almost walked. I sort of
Yeah.
like they tapped me on the shoulder and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, it's a good, intense movie. Like, but the story is just meh. The end of the movie is meh. But like, fucking Batista was fucking so good in the movie.
Yes.
He's like most deaf when it comes to actors, rappers turn actors. Most deaf is the best rapper turn actor.
I would agree with that too. All right, Pat, go ahead.
Out of the WWE, Impact, New Japan, and AEW, which promotion do you see yourself going to, if any?
None. Realistically, AEW would be the only possible one that I would even like work for at all. As I mentioned, I have 7 kids. I don't they're first in my life. If I was in a situation where I can't be here for months, I can't be able to take care of them. Taking care of them is more important. I'm living my dream as a professional wrestler. I make a living as a professional wrestler. It's what I do for a living. It's what I do for a job. That's enough for me. I've done enough to be remembered, at least by some people, and that's enough for me. My kids, like, if I'm gone for a week and something happens to them, I can't be there for them. And they're way more important. And unfortunately, with a lot of TV wrestling and stuff like that, you might be gone for weeks, months, etc. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't be away from my kids like that. That's why I say AEW is a maybe, because I know those wrestlers have a lot more free time, like not on the show. So that would be the only possibility.
All right. So let's see here. Let's do the top top female wrestlers of all time.
Female wrestlers of all time: Bonacana, Medusa. Let's see. Lita's definitely up there. She just changed how women's wrestlers were. Like, women didn't do a lot of high flying spots before Lita. I'm gonna quick asterisk. There's a lot of Japanese wrestlers that should be on my top list, but I'm terrible at fucking names, especially ones that I don't even know how to pronounce right. So fuck, man. Yoshis are the best talents on the planet. They hit harder than everyone else. And that move you think your favorite indie wrestler invented, Yoshi's been doing it for a couple of years. So that's my asterisk, because that's the top 5 realistically. Let's see who else. There's a couple. Fucking bad. I'm bad at top lists, aren't I?
No, actually, you're doing really well.
Fucking, I'm trying to remember her name. She did a great butterfly suplex. She did the, like, pop you up on the legs and then, like, a deadlift style butterfly suplex. I can't remember.
I had it and I lost it.
I'm so bad with names. The chick. Here's how bad I am with names, okay? I know her personally. Like, I talked to her. Like, we're friends. Okay. I suggested that AEW hire her to run the women's division. And I'm still not remembering her fucking name right now. She ran Shimmer.
Oh God. Oh.
Fuck, I'm bad at names. She was amazing. She was amazing in the ring. She was amazing out of the ring. She ran Shimmer, which was one of the greatest women's wrestling companies ever. AEW literally, if they let her run the women's division, would have the best women's division on the fucking planet. I'm terrible with names, right? So fucking listen. Anybody listen to this? Google that shit and leave me the fuck alone.
Okay, Messiah, your question.
Okay, I'm gonna do a brand new top 5 that I think will fit right in your wheelhouse. Top 5. I'm sorry. Top 5 hardcore wrestlers of all time.
Terry Funk, Cactus Jack. Fuck, Tommy Dreamer was great at it. Sandman was terrible. Fuck, if Sabu's got to be on the list. And RVD actually, and here's the thing with RVD. I know it's all ECW guys. Fuck you feeling like that. I fucking love ECW. RVD, the difference between RVD and a lot of those other guys. Okay, so like Mick Foley, for example, would just hit you with shit usually. You know what I mean? Like he'd just try to murder you. RVD would come up with these big elaborate fucking things and then end it with a leg drop while the chair just happens to be underneath you, and it was just fucking beautiful. And it was just he did it in such an artistic way. It was great, and it was something not a lot of guys have done. And he did spots where like he would sit you on the ropes. Fonzie would hold the fucking chair and he'd jump off the side and fucking do the side kick. Shit like that. It was innovative as fuck. Sabu, literally people with Sabu chairs. The phrase Sabu and chair at you is a phrase because of Sabu. That's fucking insane. Like, but Mick Foley and Terry Funk were just old, believable motherfuckers, and they were just insane. Terry's crazy. He's fucking nuts. I have a signed shirt from him because he used to run with Scott Casey. And he, against my will, told me some road stories of them that I wish I could unhear. Tommy Dreamer, who I worked Tommy Dreamer and I worked Sabu. They were both great. Tommy was great. We had a lot of fucking fun. They're good. They're innovative. They're creative. I like innovative, crazy, different stuff. I like doing unique stuff.
Very nice. All right, man who thinks it looks like his shirt's all moldy. Go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, I'm going to ask something that's also in your warehouse. Your favorite hardcore match of all time.
Let's see. I'm assuming you mean that I've watched. So, I liked a lot of the stuff that Mick did in his later years in WWE with guys like Ric Flair, who I don't like Ric Flair. I never really bought into him as a wrestler, and as a person, he's clearly fucking terrible if you watch Dark Side, huh? But his matches with fucking Mick were nuts just because you wouldn't imagine Rick doing that shit. Same with Randy Orton. Those were always fun. I like some of the hardcore matches that Mick did with Triple H too. Like he seemed to like push it, you know. Same with Edge. Basically anything Mick Foley does. Aside from that, I haven't watched a lot of them, to be honest. Like I said, I haven't really watched wrestling in a fucking long time. So like hardcore deathmatch shit is really popular now, which is cool as shit. Because it's an art form, and if you don't think it's an art form, you don't know dick about art, huh? Shoot people, or whatever. But no, I don't watch a lot of it. I watch clips and shit, but overall matches, I don't watch a lot. I know a lot of people are doing really cool shit, really creative stuff, and different stuff, and it's awesome.
All right, including indies. So I'll make this easy for you. Including indies, in your personal opinion, who are the best deathmatch performers?
That's good. You're gonna make it easy on me. Fucking Drexel's up there. Listen, like I know a lot of guys don't know Drexel, or a lot of fans probably won't know Drexel. Two things that make him different. A, he's literally been doing this since it started, and he's still doing it, and he's still being very creative. He's very good. He's very meticulous. He's very safe as you can be in these things. And he's fucking 48 years old. The man is 48 years fucking old and doing death matches on the regular. You can't beat that. He also wrestled one of the fucking Jackass guys in a death match, and that's fucking awesome. Look that up on Prestige Pro Wrestling. I can't remember the fucking guy that he wrestled, but he wrestled a fucking Jackass dude in a death match. It's fucking crazy. Casanova Valentine, the man who created the no ring death match, as in I'm gonna wrestle you at a bar and we're gonna bump. I wrestled him actually in a backyard in a pool in a death match. I stapled him in the dick. It was fun. He's really he's super talented, super handsome. Let's see. The Rabbit King. I'm terrible with names. John Murdoch, right? No? God, I fucking suck at names. I fucking love him as a person. Again, I'm terrible at names, so I'm so sorry. I know who you are. I know your name. I watch you wrestle. I like your stuff. And I'm just a terrible person. I'm a terrible person. What do you want from me? Fuck off. Let's see. I'm gonna do one more if I can think of their name. I probably can't. You know, I'll give it to Nick Gage. Like, here's the thing. That motherfucker, aside from dying and then still coming back, he changed how it is. Like, I've been giving a lot of props to guys who changed the game in wrestling. Nick Gage is responsible for that when it comes to deathmatch wrestling. He was the godfather, so to speak, of this bullshit. And I really don't think if it wasn't for guys like him, it wouldn't be as popular as it is. I'm so terrible with names. I'm gonna look these all up on Twitter later. Like,
he's got like a list sitting beside him, going, "Okay, I gotta look up that one. Gotta look up that one."
I know this. Okay, the one with Shimmer's killing me. I know her. I know her daughter. I know guys.
I know that.
Trained.
To be fair, that one's killing me too.
Alice in Danger.
I think you're right.
Alice in Danger. I'm sorry. I'm fucking. She knows I'm an idiot. Hey, she's not shocked of that. She knows I'm a fucking moron.
All right, Messiah.
So if you had a dream opponent, who would it be and why?
I really don't. And I get this a lot. Like, who do you want to wrestle? I don't fucking know. Whoever. I work on stories and programs and art. You know what I mean? I could fucking have great matches with anybody who can tell a story with me. I don't need the most technical wrestler. I don't need the best high flyer. I don't need the most popular motherfucker. I don't need a guy who's great with their gimmick. I just need somebody who can tell a fucking story with me, who could make magic and memories and moments. That's far more important to me than who it is. Like, I've done great shit with guys that aren't very good, and they knew they weren't very good, but we clicked in such a way that it just meant something to people. Like, one of my favorite things, like, oh, that was the best match I've ever seen live. I've heard that before. Granted, I don't know if I believe them, but when they say that at that moment, it's true to them. And that means because me and that person, whoever the fuck it was, just had great chemistry that night and told a great story in the ring, whether it was for ongoing feud that's ending or for just one-off bullshit. I don't have dream opponents. I just want to make memories and moments that last a lifetime.
Very nice. All right, Pat, go ahead.
Okay. Now I can't think of it. I'll just ask this one. I know every wrestler has their favorite snack or cookie, or what would yours be?
Axe body spray. I'll tell you the story, and this is why that's my answer. Hood Slam, which I get to wrestle for Saturday, which I mean, I don't know how quick you guys post this, but no, Friday. Fuck that, Friday. I'm good with this shit, right? Nah. There's the host of Hood Slam, the voice of Hood Slam, Joseph Joe Brody, who's the biggest fucking douche. Oh, fuck, he's annoying. He wears shades inside. His hat is always tilted into the side, and he carries Axe body spray with him. He sprays Axe spray, axes his shit up. One time I was fucking with him after my match, because he doesn't want to fuck with the douchebag. And he grabbed the Axe spray and he sprayed it at me, trying to get me to go away, because I snatched it from his hand. And I looked at the crowd, and they told me to not do it, whatever I was going to do. I held it up and I sprayed it in my mouth for a good 30, 40 seconds as everybody almost puked. And I fucking do it every single time I see that motherfucker now, because fuck him and his Axe spray. I'm a fucking idiot. I told you guys.
Well, you know what? That's definitely a first on this podcast when you
Yep.
ask that question.
Yep.
I'm gonna do it Friday. I'm gonna find his little fucking snarmy ass. He better fucking be there, and I'm gonna ingest his Axe spray in front of everybody. Because fuck everyone. They should sponsor me. Axe spray and Red Bull should sponsor me.
With like a tagline that says "This is not edible, regardless of what you see."
Yeah, fuck it. I come with a warning label, but
Okay. So, what advice would you give to? Okay, let's do a new part. An up and coming new wrestler and an up and coming new promotion.
up and coming wrestler, I would tell them to hit the gym. I would tell them to educate themselves on their body and how it works. Because stretching, different stretches, not normal, just like bullshit. Stretching, like actual physical, like the whole spectrum of it will help your body maintain. I've been doing it 22 years. I'm gonna be 42. I fucking wrestled last night. I'm gonna do 2 matches this weekend. I wrestle every fucking weekend. I wrestle a full-time schedule at fucking 42, and I wrestle like a fucking idiot. I dive to the outside, I do flips, I do barbed wire, I do fucking everything. Learn your body and how to make it work best for you, because no one's going to help you. As far as the new promotion goes, advertisement in a business, any business, advertisement is usually the most expensive budget. Because people knowing about your business is how you make money. For example, I worked a show last night in Vegas. After I left the show, I went to a convenience store right around the corner where I ran into some fans of mine who weren't at the show because they didn't fucking know about it. Fans of mine who recognized me with no paint on after a show, 3-minute drive from the show. They didn't know the show was happening, so they didn't go to the fucking show. First thing out their mouth is, I didn't know there's a show tonight. If I knew, I would have fucking went. Advertisement is important. Put your money where your fucking mouth is. Fuck bringing in all the big names from all over and spending thousands of dollars on talent. If nobody comes to the show, you're not going to make any money. Advertisement is expensive, but fucking worth it. And do not rely on your students to flyer and advertise. Do not rely on your students to sell tickets. I have never put myself in a position where I rely on somebody else to make my money. That's probably why I have more money than you. It's my advice.
That's great advice. You had some great matches that I've seen with Caden Cassidy in like POW and stuff like that. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
He punched me in the fucking eye. Right in the fucking eye.
Ouch.
Fucking dickhead. Caden's fine for an asshole. Like, if you're, like, into assholes, like, Caden's cool. Like, if you like concussing people, like I concussed him, yeah, I mean, that's a cool thing, too. I like the noise he made when I was taking a piece of door and jabbing into his head. That was fun. King Najar, who's his buddy, I like powerbombing him. I powerbombed him on some barbed wire. That was fun. Now Caden's all right for a shithead. Like if you're, like I said, if you're into shitheads, Caden's cool. Hey, listen, Caden, if you hear this, just know that I remembered your name, unlike so many others in this podcast. So be happy. Todd Phillips. Fucking idiot. Fuck. What kind of name is that?
All right, Pat, go ahead.
All right. If you could pick one manager to manage you, who would it be and why?
Sensational Sherry. It should be Bobby Heenan because Bobby Heenan was the best manager of all time. Bobby Heenan was phenomenal on the microphone. He fucking made Gorilla Monsoon break character on a regular basis. He was a great talent, great eye for talent, amazing. Sherry, because she was fucking. Everybody talks about the greatest managers ever, and they always leave Sherry off the list because they're fucking stupid. Sherry would work an event where she's managing 4 different people and change her outfit, her paint, her hair, her makeup, and everything, all in between each one. She did a great job of being a different version of herself with whoever she was out there with. She did a great job at every aspect of being a manager. She was good on the mic. She was good during interviews, just standing in the background. If you don't think she was good at that part, I know that sounds weird of like, oh, she's good at just standing there in the background. Watch the very infamous Booker T promo where he told Hulk Hogan he might be coming for him, and watch her reaction to it.
Yep.
She's never not on point. Sherry was fucking great, and I always wanted to see like what she would look like if she was managing me.
That would be very interesting.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay. Pat.
Nope. Pat
Nope.
just went. It's your turn.
That was mine. Okay, well, I'm going to put him on the spot. Seems how he said nobody gives Sensational Sherry a love as manager. I'm going to put him on the spot. Top 5 managers.
I knew he was going to do that.
3 of them would be not Jim Cornette. Just the words not Jim Cornette. No, Bobby Heenan's the greatest manager of all time. Sensational Sherry is obviously my second. I loved Miss Elizabeth, even though she didn't do much. What she did was so fucking good. When she did anything, it just meant so much more than a lot of guys, a lot of people. This is an easy list for me, actually. I'm a big fucking mark for managers. Fonz. Fonzie was fucking insanely good in ECW. He was such a good fucking manager. He made himself, his presence was known in every single match he was in, whether it was a fucking annoying ass whistle or pulling the ref out or sliding in the chair. I remember one time he dove in with a chair and hit the guy in the back when he was pinning his guy. He does so much. Like he goes above and beyond. And Paul fucking Heyman is this generation's Bobby Heenan. And Paul, if you hear that, I mean that in the most sincere, complimentary way. Bobby Heenan was my childhood hero as far as managers and talkers growing up because he was so fucking good. And Paul Heyman is the best talker in the history of professional wrestling. Everything he says is just magic on the microphone. He's so good, it's kind of annoying. He's so good because you can literally make him say, like, you can give him the dumbest fucking promo, the dumbest script, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a promo. It could be a script on just the stupidest episode of something. And he just says it in such a way that it's just empowering. And it's fucking annoying. That was my top 5. Fuck you. See, that was easy. Put me on the spot, motherfucker.
All right, Messiah, you want to ask a question? I'm getting a little scared.
No, but I'm gonna. Well, I will ask you a question, but you brought up fun, so I have to tell you a funny story. Before I did this, I used to do an internet radio show with the original Pitbull, Gary Wolf, and one of the guys that we interviewed was Bill Alfonso, and I was excited because I'm like, man, we're interviewing Fonzie, right? That's awesome. I didn't know he was bringing the whistle to the interview that was over the phone.
That's awesome.
So, like, every other word, he blew that whistle in my ear for, like, 2 hours. So, after 2 hours, I was deaf. I was like, they're like, so, take us out. And I'm like, what?
Can I tell you a fun story now? I like him more. I like him more because he did that to you. I can't wait.
Okay.
He is my new best friend.
I'm good with that because I like him now too. So
good.
And then my question is, I'm going to word this a little bit differently. You and Drexel took on a tag team called Sinner and Saint at POW. How bad did you beat the shit out of those two? Because I'm pretty sure it was pretty bad.
Who did we take on?
I think it was called Sinner and Saint. They're a tag team out of Canada.
State of Emergency.
Oh, there you go.
And that was for Circle 6, No Peace Underground, WrestleMania week.
Okay.
I almost broke that kid's neck. I gave him my demon spike, and he landed fun, and it was great to watch. I've watched that clip a few times. They're all right. They're young and stupid, but they'll get good at this eventually. You're supposed to suck for the first 5 years. I'll see how they're doing in a couple years. It was fun. I gotta throw Drexel. I like throwing Drexel. He's very aerodynamic. A lot of our tag moves consist of me chucking him at other people. I'm not even joking at all. It's usually me just throwing him around, body slamming him, throwing him. A lot of my tag moves, I do the same thing with 2P too. A lot of the times with 2P is a shoot because he's annoying the fuck out of me, so I just pull him in the ring and I just throw him on the guy. Yeah, no, State of Emergencies, they're good. They'll be better in a couple years. Or worse, we'll see.
All right, Pat.
All right. How did your wrestling name came about?
Oh, fun story. If I hit my funny bone, it knocks me out cold.
Whoa.
I'm not joking at all. It's a family trait. I'm literally wired wrong. If I hit my funny bone, it knocks me out cold. It happens in my family, generational. Happens to my son. I have 7 kids. It happens to my oldest kid, I know for sure, because he's hit his, and they won't let me practice it on anybody else. It happens to my grandma. She told me about it. But yeah, if I hit my funny bone, it knocks me out cold. So it's been my nickname since I was a kid. Fun fact for that, right? My parents are terrible fucking people. Just they're terrible. They like drugs way more than they like their children. When I was born, they didn't pick a name for me because they're too busy arguing about it. My mom was clearly there, so she went with the one she wanted. My dad showed up eventually drunk and with some other chick's name tattooed on his chest that he just got done the night before because, classy. He actually snatched the paper from the nurse and whited out the name my mom picked and wrote in the name he picked. Fast forward a few years, they broke up. I was raised by my mom. Well, not raised by my mom. I lived with her. She was in the home sometimes when she was not being awful. And she told me my name was not my legal name. She told me it was a different name. I didn't find out until the first day of school when they called a different name but the same last name. And I lost my shit because I didn't know that wasn't my name. Fast forward a few years after that, literally when I was 11 years old, I hit my Funnybone and spent my nickname since then. I've actually went by Funnybone longer than I've went by any other name.
Wow.
Alrighty, so I'm just gonna go into the last question. Fairly easy. When is your next match, and where can we find you on social media?
Next match is Friday, the 18th in Oakland, California for Hood Slam. I can't remember who I'm beating up, but I think it's a few people. I'm going to do awful things to them. Hood Slam is amazing. One of my favorite places to wrestle. So they let me do whatever the fuck I want. And then the next day, I'm wrestling for POW for my belt. I'm the POW heavyweight champion in an all barbed wire match. Ropes are barbed wire. All the weapons are barbed wire. There's going to be a kiddie pool filled with barbed wire. Just to give you guys a little sneak peek, I'm wearing all white for that because I'm going to be bleeding buckets. And yes, that will be available for sale on all my social sites that I will list right now. I'm on Twitter, Demi_God of Death. My Twitter's not PG. If you don't like PG, fuck off and don't follow me on Twitter. Instagram is DGodFunnybone. It's PG-ish. PG for me. I'm not family friendly. I literally have "fuck you" tattooed on my wrist. See? Nice guy. Facebook is I am Funnybone, like it's my real name. I am is my first name. Funnybone is my last name. TikTok is DGodFunnybone. My Snapchat is that's not at all for people that don't want to see my dick. Hashtag demon dick. That's what I kids do, right? Hashtag demon dick. My Snapchat is porn, just like my OnlyFans. I don't know what else I got. I got other shit, right? Oh, I have fucking a Cameo. Look me up on Cameo. I don't know how to do the Cameo thing. I just got it like the other day. You should definitely order something from me. I'm really good at wishing people happy birthday. I promise. Won't be terrible at all. I have with a fucking thread, whatever the fuck that is. DGodFunnybone. DGod. It's not Dick God, by the way, for all you motherfuckers that think it's Dick God. Granted, I am a Dick God, but that's not what it stands for. DGodFunnybone is Demigod of Death. DGOD. It's Demigod of Death. It's not. You guys are fucking perverts. Okay, that's my job. Demigod of Death. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Dick God." No, dude, it's Demigod of Death. It's fucking. People are stupid. I think that's all of them. I don't fucking know.
Sounds good.
Shocker, I'm terrible at social media.
All right, Messiah, your last question.
So, what is your inspiration come for your paint? Because you have some of the most elaborate paint that I've ever seen. So.
The original paint, or I've been doing it mostly half of my face because paint's expensive, so and it takes forever to do. Is a combination of a few things, mostly Papa Shango and character from Otis from House of a Thousand Corpses. It's kind of a mixture of them two with a little bit of my own twist on it. By the way, for all you fucking assholes out there, it's like, oh, you're would be Papa Shango. I've known him since I was 2 months old, you fucking pricks. He's very much okay with the way I look and the way I wrestle. Literally, he's a friend of mine. Shut up. I have this, every time somebody's like, oh, you're want to be Papa Shango, I'll literally just tag him in it. Like, he knows. He's walked out to the ring with me before. He knows what I fucking look like. I've literally known him since I was 2 months old. I'm not even fucking joking. I think he's okay with it, assholes. But usually, okay, so half the face is my original design-ish. And the other half, in all honesty, 9 times out of 10, I just make it up as I go along. I don't have a plan. Like, I'll just think of something and just go with it. I have like 5 or 6 like designs I do kind of often. If I ever find myself with extra time, I just do something to my face.
All right, Pat, your last question.
How did your signature move come about?
Well, I have 2. The double stomp was I was trying to think of a move I could do off the top rope where I don't have to land myself because it hurts to land off the top rope. So I thought of that one because it's just me landing feet first on the other guy, and then I don't have to hurt myself at all. So I like that because it hurts them a lot and I'm fine. The other one is the demon spike. I came up with that one just as a random thought. Fun fact about that move, a wrestler by the name of Jacob Austin Young was the first person to take it, and I never, ever tried it beforehand. I never attempted it or practiced it or even physically went over it in any way, shape, or form before hitting it the first time. And I didn't tell him until afterwards, because that's funny. If you want to see the demon spike, go to my Twitter and just look at the pinned one. It's so good. It looks like death. I love it.
Yeah.
The double stomp is death. I'm 240 pounds. It hurts a lot. Not me, but them.
All right. Well, again, we'd like to thank you tonight for joining us. So, hopefully we can do it again at some point. So for the crippled Messiah, who actually likes a little bit of the OJ that we call Orange Cassidy, for the Oscar the Grouch looking head over there, and for myself, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, fucker.